All right, here we are. Event number 2, race number 1, Sunday Funday Showdown. Miatas at Blue Moon Infield A.
Yes, sir. Showtime, bitch.
Still too loud.
Still too loud. Yep, clip the mic again. All right, anyway. We have the starting grid here. James up front, Brody on second.
Actually, I'm in third.
Oh, Brody in third.
Schaefer
on second. Schaefer P2. Me and P last because, well, I got taken out during my qualifying lap. Thank you, Mateo. And we're underway.
Anyway, going into turn 1, this race was super eventful. After turn 1 wasn't.
Yeah, about after 3 corners, James and I just completely walked away, and then about 10 laps later, James just walked away from me and was playing with himself the whole race.
Jesus, I don't do that. Okay. Anyway, the guy to watch out for was one and only.
What did he say?
What did he say? Elliott came back from dead last to make the races very interesting.
Anyway, yeah, here we go. Going into, turn 3 here. Up the inside on Nate, and then trying to get the move done on Tim there.
Never mind what 3 wide.
And it looks like I got the move done on Tim going into this turn here. I think I nailed my braking point, but then watch on the right. Tim, explain.
Never mind me, people.
Cold brakes get you every time.
No, that's when I was on mediums.
So what had nothing to do with the brakes?
Had nothing to do with brakes. I started on mediums.
That'll do it every single time.
Yeah.
Cold mediums will fuck you up every single time.
That and missing the braking point.
Every time.
But it's a miracle no one died in that corner. Tim just parted the seas, and Nate dives into the outer barrier there.
Hey, explain yourself in the comments.
Also explain that livery.
Yeah. Now, throughout the entirety of the race, this was a great, phenomenal battle between Death, Elliott, and Schaefer. This was primarily the only battle, except for Brody, which was sticking around.
It's the only extended battle, we'll put it that way.
I was trying to have fun.
Here
I was 29 seconds behind.
Never mind that, because again, we're going to have a great battle between Elliott and Schaefer.
Inside.
I was taking the James line through turn 1 there. You can see how it paid off, and you can watch me fuck it off on the next lap. So again, you can see Death right there, just waiting to pick up the pieces, waiting for me or Schaefer to mess up, like I did there.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it turns out the turn point is different when the tires get worn. Turns out.
Tim would know all about that.
All right, Kels was running in third for quite a while because he was on a different pit strategy. He was trying to stay out as long as he could, and it actually was paying off initially. And then, but you can see how the worn tires versus the more new tires that I was using here. Well, you can see the difference on this corner.
Kels trying to hold around the outside.
In this
Doesn't
race,
work.
who didn't pit? Someone didn't pit.
No, everyone pitted in this race.
But he was the last.
I did a 4-stopper. I think Schaefer did a 3. And in theory, the 4-stopper was faster. But if you messed up like I did, then the 3-stop was faster.
Now, shout out to the guy in third, now in fourth. He is 9. Had a phenomenal race.
And he said I hit him on that pass.
Yeah.
You be the judge.
Didn't go through. So.
I hit Schaefer on that pass, though.
Jesus. I'm telling you, and look who's ahead. That's Brody up there in P2. Something happened to him. He started to really fall off the pace, about like 6-7 laps or 6 seconds off the pace.
What did he say?
Shut up, Brody.
Brody looking for the cutback here, but I have the inside line on the double left-hander, and not quite. All right, now we're moving on to a different view. We're on board with Death here.
Both of them trying to get around third place. Mateo trying to make it happen.
Mateo or Schaefer?
No, that's Sideways and Mateo, I think.
Speaking of Schaefer, shout out.
And Slide was having some controller issues throughout this game. And there was Tim again.
Up the inside. Is that lap 1?
That was lap 1 again.
Go back to lap 1.
Yep.
For all you that don't know, that is Schaefer's theme song. He's got a lady friend in North Carolina that he plays that with every time he goes and visits. Anyway, back to the action.
Back to on board with Death here.
Mind that.
Get the pass done on Nate.
Nate, man, we got to get you some lessons, man, some driver coaching, because this shit right here.
Murder.
Oh,
Absolutely murder.
Can't keep
Should be on investigation discovery next. Coming to you live. SFS murder.
Yeah, definitely murder. And that livery, we got to talk. We definitely got to talk.
Oh, man. That's
Not the best livery.
ouch.
Anyway, just keeping a good battle with, who was that, Kels? Who was that?
That was, yep, that was still Slide.
OnlyFans.
Oh, man, OnlyFans.
All right, now we're on board with Tim on the main straight here.
Tim, what were you doing here?
Tim, explain this punt, Tim.
This punt? Did I punt him?
Oh, no, it's later. Sorry. There it is.
Oh, he's gone.
That was a side swipe, but at least I was nice enough to give the position back.
You did.
As you should.
Now, were
As
you
you
on
should.
medium tires or were you on softs?
I think I was on softs, but they were already kind of.
So what we're hearing is it doesn't matter if you're on softs or mediums, you will punt somebody.
I'll side swipe you. I know about you.
You're right first.
So we got Tim and Nate right here.
Yep, battling it out.
Nate seems to be in a lot of the close battles in the race, except when he goes.
Yep, well, just like that. I don't know what could have been going through Tim's head right there. He was probably about to go through Nate's ghosted car, and then Nate reappears. I would have crashed, honestly.
This is Tim's theme song when he's driving.
All right, and all right, we're coming up to some Mateo clips here, so Tim's theme song can end.
And then this right here was the battle of the day, the theme
Never
of the
mind that.
event.
Schaefer sent it up the inside, going into the hairpin.
On Mateo, it was relevant to what I was saying. But yes, these two had a little bit of a conflict.
Oh, I wonder what's happening to Brody's car on that straight.
Yeah, Brody, you want to
Engine
explain
problems.
what
Yeah, I was
happened?
having a
on
little
that?
bit of engine trouble. You know, I got my engine from Ferrari. Just
Did you
didn't work
forget
out.
you had a fifth gear?
I had a second gear.
But it's a fifth gear straightaway. How you having issues with your second gear?
I slapped the wall.
Brody, why did you let everybody catch back up, including Elliott, who started P10?
Yeah, or 11 or something like that.
Bro, we need answers. You're not explaining yourself. Never mind that. We ain't got time for that because now we're going back to this battle.
On board with Schaefer here.
Yeah, and this is the true battle, right? Like I was saying, the event
Schaefer
is based
versus
off
Mateo
Schaefer
Showdown.
and Mateo Showdown, yes.
They
And
die with Earnhardt.
heated battle, and as you can see, Mateo is pushing him down to the very bottom of the track.
Yeah, I
Do
mean,
what you gotta do, man. Gotta do what you gotta do.
there's a reason a certain person here got banned, and
Mateo,
that,
we're just
that
gonna
played
call it like
into
it is. Mateo got banned for his
Negligent driving, crimes against motorsport.
Yes. Like we said last week, the biggest thing with
Never
the
mind that.
FCS, the biggest thing with the FCS is being a goddamn gentleman, and the 9-year-old was not doing that.
Does the 9-year-old know what a gentleman is?
Clearly, he's not being raised to.
No. But you know, we don't want to make that joke. Leave a comment in the comment section. You guys like
This is the end of the race.
Anyway.
This is the end of the race. Quick battle for second between Mateo, Schaefer, and I.
You see Schaefer hanging around the outside of Mateo here, and Brody just follows him through.
Bucket, he's through. Now is Brody through? Let's see.
He is.
Yes, I am third.
On board with Brody.
Shit, why am I back down to fourth now? What the hell happened?
Why don't you explain? Why don't
This
you
is
explain?
an earlier replay from earlier in the race. This is a different angle.
Oh, yeah.
Different angle. Just showing it from the onboard.
Schaefer's just trying to keep it around the outside.
He does a very good job, and he keeps it clean. You know, no contact.
Drop a wheel on exit. It's fine. On the inside.
Now that was questionable. We're gonna call it a racing
incident at worst.
At worst.
Those Hobies.
All right, we had Kels running a little wide there.
Now here's the sad fact about
Ooh,
Nate right
drifting.
here. Just
Oh, he's
Ouch,
gone.
there's one barrier hit, and there is a second.
I think at this point, Nate was really upset with himself, putting it in the barriers twice in a matter of 10
He also got
seconds.
the only track limits penalty of the race, as you can see there.
yeah, which is really
absolute
sad.
legend. Up the
And we got
inside.
Kels setting up the inside on turn 1.
That was his
Good
only.
pass.
That was his only on-track pass for the day. Kels, well done.
We just skip this part, Nate. James
Wow.
is just driving
You
by
call me
himself.
Ouch.
Nate? You asshole. Now anyway,
Yeah, this is James's first lap or the end of it, and you can see him just kind of pulling away. But however, in a minute, we have a surprise for you.
yeah.
James is actually a human being capable of making mistakes when driving a car.
This is what he wants us to think.
Yeah, maybe it's a ruse. We don't know.
We all make
Probably
mistakes.
Zucker that was driving for him that one lap.
Jesus right
Anyway,
here,
yep.
just overcooked it.
He's gone.
Toward the end of the race, and there's the barrier. Brody thought he had a chance at this point.
I honestly thought I had a chance. You know, I was only about 15 seconds back at this point, but I also had to decided to make another pit stop with Elliott to make it interesting, and then James said he was gone, and it was just fucked from there.
That almost cost Brody second place. because he didn't realize how close Schaefer and Mateo were.
Speaking of losing it, coming to the start.
Check out this ending. James forgot where the start finish was and tried to do the old spin across it and didn't even make it afterward. He's got to reverse over the start finish.
Andy McQueen style. You gotta stick your tongue out to make it.
All right, livery of the day went to me. So funny story with that. The mobile horse on the front, originally designed by my great uncle. The company Sperry was my grandfather's company. All the other companies were companies that Sperry dissolved, merged with, or became.
Very love livery. Honestly, well done.
So here's your race results from event number 2, race number 1.
Where's the L come from? What's
That would
the
be
L?
livery of the day, as FL is fastest lap.
Bye, bitch.
DSQ.
Disqualified.